Hi, this is Lau. I'm a Blue Ocean strategist. I study Blue Ocean's company, such as Fashion Valley. Okay, so it was founded by Vivi and Vasa in 2010, and now it's a multi-million dollars with 150 employees. So I chart the growth, right? I just see if that works, right? So let's say 2010 is November, and then there are three partners together. So then within first year they grow into 20,000, and from a video, okay, we can tell a lot. Okay, this is a video my you make the pitch, right? So over there we can analyze how is it the growth happens, right? So they go to a pitch and then they say that Faisal is the CEO and managing the finance, operation, strategy departments, and Vivi is the marketing head and operator. And from there, because the business grows so fast that it needs a production team, a buying team, and it grows, right? So today our focus is more on how the staff growth. Okay, so let's change to this data here. So assuming that these are the three, so they can start this. In fact, they don't even have this data also can, right? They just know that okay, they join. And fast forward, because the growth so fast, they now move to 10 months. Within 10 months, they grow. Then they have a staff teams. Okay, it's okay, right? So just it still remains the same. Now we want to have staff name right here, and I just want to join date, right? We can have more data here. Okay, of course they have not date result, there's no reasons, right? So now, and fast forward another maybe another 12 months, right? Sorry, could be another 24 months, right? Let's just talk about another 24 months. So then all this tomato, right, after 24 months, right, should go to into what? Yeah, they should grow, right? So let's say let's say that there's a lot of room to grow. Okay, let's say it's already grow, so it still remain in productions, but there is a positions growth, right? So it become a senior um, production assistants. Okay, so the date to grow into that is exactly 1 year later, right? So we just change it to 1. Okay, and potato also grow. Okay, okay, so potato grow, and then we have that also grow into senior production team. Okay, again, right? Maybe this one grow even faster, right? So on the 11th of the next year itself, right, it already promoted to senior production assistants, right? And you have another maybe junior, right? Or they see a potential in these persons, right? So there's a growth. So all this data is good to record, but why do we do that, right? In the show, I will tell you why. Yeah. So let's say that is okay. It's joined that, right? So let's just put there 12, and on the first month, maybe the second month, and now it become a senior buyer. Okay, so now in 24 months, right? Remember this how we have this data. So 10 months later we have this. Now none of this has grown, right? So there's a dead join, but there's resign, and so this is not there, right? So you'll find that they're not resigned, they don't resign yet, right? They're still positioned, but the thing is that this is a dead join, so something has happened. We might want to put it's no longer just a date join. It's actually it has to change. See that a date tracking date. Okay, it's called a timestamp. You can just call it track date. Okay, track the date, the movement that changed. Right. So then here, what happened? Right. What happened is actually a promotion. Okay. um, so let's say, okay, so they all started as a CEO, so okay, so but tomato has already improved, right? So already increased, so we want to track that. So this is just his joy. Since that the joy, now they have this date here, so we want to track that tomato has joined to that, and potato also has grown, right? So yeah, on the 30, right? So we put it there, potato. Okay, so now we have yeah, orange also, right? So orange, just put it there. Okay, so we have orange potato to senior, and there's a date for this. Okay, so very good. Now let's imagine that we do another, maybe another from that day onwards, right? Another 10 months, right? Okay, so that would be from this first day, let's say another 3 years, right? 36 months later. Okay, something happened, right? Because tomato, okay, tomato is no longer senior potato. Sorry, tomato, right? So, oh no, tomato actually resigned. Okay, better environment. Example, yeah, example. So, so it's in production, but after that year, right, another 2 years, right, so it decided to grow into something else. Okay, so resign already. Then for the potato, right, the other rest for simplicity, right, I just go say potato is 3. Okay, so it become finally become a production manager. Okay, so here is the 2 things that have changed, right? Now I also say that maybe durians, right, for any reason, right, or durians also resign. Okay, after this so many months, right? So resign also. Okay, this is called resign. Okay, so there's resign, and there's also resign. Okay, yeah. So we want to capture this also, right? So now come back to this. Okay, um, tomato resign. Okay, so there is a third event happen. So we want to increase that. Okay, we use intern is here. So this data you can actually add it into it, right? Resign. Okay, so resign. Okay. Oh, maybe not. You actually don't. Right, you just add one more thing here, put it here. Then you say that resign. Okay, remember this is the day that it joins to that. And then we have potato. Yeah, potato. Okay, potato. Okay, it's not a date. It's just this day, right? Tomato. Oh, that's not potato. Okay, you can see that things getting more complex, right? So it become production. Uh, okay, so potato is already promoted. Okay, this is the promotion. Okay, so that we have just the Duran resign. Okay, so Duran is resigning. So we just put it here. Okay, so remaining is the same. So now the question is that uh, they are not just growing to just this size, right? Within the first few days, they have, according to this video, right, they say that they grow into 80, uh, 80 designers, right, on the productions, right? So let's talk about the growth, right? Today is growing to 150. Okay, so there's growth and changes all the times. They are resign, okay, they are resign, and they are let me I just say resign is this guy, and then you have growth productions. This is what I talk about growth. Okay, so this is also this is not yeah, this is also growth, right? Now, this is applicable for many companies, right? you can track this data, retracking this data, but why, right? One moment. Okay, so why? Because of this. It is about sustain and growth model. It's about a talent, right? A company that grows very fast, right? How do they grow? They need to have some statistic, some employee data. So employee data are used to support this sustained growth. So in my point of view is that it's talk about leadership, it's talk about strategy, and it's talk about talents. So and talents are related to innovation, right? So for example, I assume a fashion valley company, internet company like that, right? So they need a lot of talents, and they, in order to grow their company, to expand their company to from Malaysia to South Asia. In fact, they now become Asian designer hub. Okay, so it's a very proud of Malaysia. So we have another thing called this thing. Sorry, let's see here. It's here, right? So it's called talent management. So the strategic recruitment and engaged performance. And if you look at Fashion Valley, right, they have in their LinkedIn profile, you see how they engage, right? How they so compensation alignments, right? Why is it they pay that amount? And there is apply a career development. Today, if you want to keep your staff, right, then career performance are very important. And finally, you need to there's succession planning, right? You need to tell them. So I learned all these things when I have a chance to do. I take a grant from this Medtrade, right, to have my SME Expo in KLCC. So and then from there, I first met outside of my circle because I go to exhibition, right? I market myself out, right? So company out, and I get to know a person by the name of Lawrence Yap. Okay, and then after that we still keep in contact, and then and he told me he's a HR leaders, right? I was like, what is that about a HR leader, right? Isn't that just to at that point of time, I'm just like, isn't that it's just making payroll and in my point of view, in my understanding at that time, he said HR is just about making sure payroll is there, entering payroll, OT, all this, right? So he opened my mind, opened my eyes, right? So he shared about a lot of HR strategies, right, in his personal website. Uh, okay, and also in his LinkedIn. Okay, so Lawrence Yap is on strategy of organization development. Why is it strategy organization was so important? It's because that let's come back to earlier step here, right? Your company, come back to his model here, right? A company cannot grow if the talents that develop, right, within 1 month, 6 months, and then you're gone, and you want to know, so you need to study, right? Why is it the talent go? Why is it the talent leave? You must know how long, your talents that you hired, right? How long it takes for them to leave the company, right? If you say like I hire that in within 1 month they leave, right? I had them within 4 months they leave. Then your company will in the business of catching fire, right? So you can't grow. So there must be a strategy employed behind the Fashion Valley to accommodate the growth of today 100 over 50 employees employees, right? It's impossible that a company to go into 150 without a strategy behind it, and the strategy behind it is driven by data, right? So data, and from there they can improve. So today you capture the date when they decide, you capture the date that where they promoted. But why do you do that? Because right, you can, for example, you can use a tomato here, um, and the date to track is the join date, so we just put it here. And potato, oh no, let me just talk about potato is the one, oh, tomato is the one that reside, right? Tomato, okay, reside. Okay, so now you go here and you check, oh yeah, there's a tomato, so we'll put here, that's a reside. Okay, so now I want to know just how much time they have reside, right? So I can use the, oh, there's a function, right? Date diff. I did that diff, right? Is I again I want to do resume that. Okay. Okay, so I have teach Microsoft Excel function formula, right? I remember I teach the students on using DAG function called DATEDIF. Okay, so let's just click over here, right? DATEDIF is actually about you can track, right? So I talk about year of services. Okay, I just want to know how many months and years, right? So that is not my concern. So I will just use this date diff, and then B6 is actually the join date, and F2 is the today's date, and then you can get the year and the month. So let's just go apply this into here, right? So how many years that Tomato has worked with the company? So we can just have the date diff function, right? And you close this down here and comma this one and comma year. So we know that Tomato has worked for 1 year, and how many months, right? We can have date diff, and this one here, and we have month. Okay, 12 months, right? Let's go here, right? It's correct, like oh no, year month, right? Year month. So I will just go back here and then type it, and that's year month, okay. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, exactly 1 year, yeah, so there's no month. I can see that, right? Now let's say if I just change it to another, maybe just say 12 and 1. Sorry, that is January. So then you have 1 year. This tomato work at 1 year and then 1 month. Okay, so let's just change that to this, right? Tomato reside and this very day. Okay, tomato reside. In fact, it's not right. Reside tomato is reside on this day. Okay, so you see the data, right? So it's okay what if the stuff movement is not that fast, right? But today we are in the internet age, right? So people, if you don't take care of your stuff, right, then they will move, right? So so it's imparable that that you want to know how long does my stuff, this talents, right, work in this company. 1 year and 1 month, and I want to know all this reside, right, in this 1 month itself, and then the next month, and then the next month, and there's a lot of movement in this company, right? And a company like Fashion Valley with 150, there will not be just 150 all the time stay there. Maybe there are some this month 140, this month 149, the other month 151, then the other one is 152, right? It's just like a chart, right? It just grow. So how do you managing that? You know, how do you managing that with the growth? So I just show you that this is what happens when you start up, right? You don't grow that fast, but Fashion Valley is a role model, right? They go very fast. I mean very fast. So you cannot say compete that though at all. So let me just show you that. Okay, let's say. So why should you learn Power BI? Right? Because that the size of the data. As you can see from Fashion Valley, there's the case study are fictitious. I assume that as a growth of the stuff, right? The stuff data has growth, leap and bounds, right? So then uh, and then it's not only just regional Malaysia. They grow into Indonesia. They go into the what is that? Singapore? Yeah, is that Singapore? Let me see. Is that because just check that? Oh no, this is what, right? Oh, it just says that yeah, Jakarta's Singapore. So we can see that. So when a company is growing to that size, right, you cannot use the same method that I just described, right? So you can't use, right, just the DATEDIF Power and pivot table to find out that, right? Okay, let's just say that yeah, so you have the DATEDIF, right? So what it means Power pivot table is that, right? Okay, you can use this, right? Go to the insert, you go to pivot table, these are the data, and you go to existing, right? And you click on maybe here, click OK, and you drag the name of the persons, right? And then you go for the date, track dates, right? The date of reside, or there's nothing here, right? Just put down date. Okay, so that is a date. So that is not count, right? Let's just change it to sub. Okay, that is the date, and we change it to, sorry, just change it to the, what do you call that, sample format is actually a date. Okay, so what happened here is just that it actually add up all the dates, right? It's not very meaningful. So I just right click here, summarize it value by the minimum, the maximum date. So that is the date that let's say for potato, is that called tomato? Right? Is it tomato? Yeah, tomato, right? So tomato reside on this date, right? So that is the maximum date. So it's also called the resign date, or up to that month, right? So let's just talk about banana. Banana in this data here, this one. Oh, just talk about potato. Well, potato is good, right? Potato has grown, right? So potato should remain there. You can see that here is 30. So that is one. So that is, in other words, right? Last trade date. Okay. Okay. So now I can also drag the trade date again over here one more time. Do the same. Summarize value by sum. Then right click and I change it to, go for minimum. Minimum is the date, the date that join, because let me just show you what it means. Right? Okay, then you can number format, go to date, click OK. See, now just drag it here, right? So to join date. Now let's say example, right? Potato is right here. That was this tomato. Tomato is that here, right? Is it correct? Yeah, that's correct. And this last day. So now you can actually do the same thing called date div. This one here, equal date div. So then you have K25. Is it? Oh yeah, just K25, and then you have the L25, and then you have the year. Okay. So yeah, it's just 1 year. You can see that, right? So now I can just move it here and move it here. Okay. So there is the date. Julian's worked 2 years, right? This is about tomato. Potato is like, okay, 2 years. You can see that year of service, right? Okay. So there is much more we can disclose on this thing. The thing is that this is the current method, right? I assume some other startup, we are not referring to Fashion Valley, right? Maybe some of them will start with this, right? So it's good, right? Because you at least you apply the pivot table. What I'm talking about is that a company growth so fast, right? They cannot cope with just this DATEDIF and pivot table and copy and paste, right? This will be very, very different. So Power BI is the solution for the internet age where you have a massive data, change very fast, right? Grow very fast, right? Change, you can also talk about the growth is extremely fast, right? The change, because the growth is extremely fast, then the change is also very fast, right? The growth, the global data also change very fast. So that's why you want to know another way, right? You want to grow that. So let's go to the our fashion valley, right? This is where. So fashion valley is a role model. Oh, it's a lot of people visiting this website, Fashion Valley. It took me a lot of time, right? Why is it cannot grow? Okay, let's see. Fashion Valley, there's no .com, or there's only .net. No. Oh yeah, here. Okay, finally there is, right? So there is. So I just go to search for. So there is a Fashion Valley website at this point in time, and we look at the career path. Okay, careers. And Fashion Valley is the largest modest fashion company in Asia. So today they have realized their vision as Asia Designers Hub. Okay, so they started from 2010. So now let's look at the. Is there anything called HR? Not exactly. So. Or maybe you can just put a HR, right? So I'm interested in people. Okay, so then you can. Are you at time for? Oh yes, right then. You know, right? That is a very cool things. Yeah. So then what's next, right? Click next. What happened? Okay, so there's an employee history that tells you a lot, but then yeah, there's a lot of things to tell you. Yeah. So let's come back to here, right? Just to let you know why people need to learn Power BI. For not for everyone, right? If your data is not massive, your data is not you're not from internet company, or you yeah, your data is not massive, right? Your change is not that fast. Then it is good that you master more function. Yeah, it can still save you a lot of times. If your data is grow very fast, right? Then Power BI will come to your assistance, right? Power Query, and if you have a lot of machines that you want to do some automation, you can use Excel VBA, Python, right? And you can do the computation in the cloud. So that is the growth that I can see here in this near future, maybe 1 year, 2 years, right? That is the thing. So talking about cloud, right? You can actually Malaysia have also a very proud company that is called the Cloud DeFi Asia. Yeah. So you can look at this, right? This is a thought leader in cloud, right? Featured in Channel Asia. So Cloudify Asia, right? If you are internet company, then you want to work with Cloudify. Find out how you can, because you grow so fast, right? You need to skill. When you want to skill, you want to buy more machine, or you just no need to buy more machine, right? No need to maintain the machine. Your IT staff remain that low, right? So you may talk of outsource, right? Yes, it's outsourced, right? And it's cloud is actually a way. It's like outsource. It's just that you still remain have one IT staff, and your IT staff just need to learn some cloud technology like Azure, right? Microsoft Azure. Then you're there, right? So technology change. We have new tools for the internet age. It's time for you to explore more Power Query, and that's okay. Thank you very much, right? I want to share with you one more thing, yeah. Is that what is Power BI all about, right? Power BI in day one we can talk about this day transform uh, how do you transform that in the case study for this data here, we will talk about merging columns. Yeah, we talk about merging multiple queries, right? You will need to use merging multiple queries, and then you want to do some grouping. Let's look for where is grouping. So grouping, no. Yeah, you need to do some. You need to grouping. You need to learn about. There's a lot of methods that for other purposes you can use it, right? Yeah, aggregate value is one, right? Such as finding the minimum and maximum in this Power Query, right? After that, you can actually move into presentations. Now, in the presentations, we will need to use something called Power BI. Okay, so Power BI desktop is grow from the change from 1984 where Microsoft first introduced the chart, and then it grow into today's, right? In 2013, there's a Power View, and then today that Power View is now no longer in support, but Microsoft is putting all the effort, all the investment, all the energy and time into developing Power BI desktop, where you have a fantastic tool. Okay, so that is how they grow, right? So in the Microsoft site, it says that what is Power BI desktop? It's a dedicated environment for visual data exploration, reporting, community analytics, right? So this deep analytics, right, is about one of the example is just that's what I show you here, right? This is very deep. So or maybe swallow, right? So depends on your industry. There are other industry experts. So today you work together, you cross industry, you work with other industry, other leaders, HR leaders, right? Then you can gain a different insight, and you will find out why your staff remain in your company, why your staff live so fast, right? All these, right? You need a strategy, and the best person to learn about strategy, right? That I know is Lawrence Yao. Okay. Lawrence Yao. So he's the Assistant General Manager of the Learning Organization Department of Berjaya. So just looking from his sharing in the activities, right, you can learn a lot of things here. Um, he will share a lot, right? LinkedIn will tell you a lot, right? Today is my last day. Now you can see that this engineer manager is the last day, so there is an ending 10 years. So why is it that I can't stop feeling well, Intel, yeah, cool. Then we have from the movement, you see a picture from a strategic point of view, right? When the HR leaders share a post, they share it for a strategic purpose. They share it to help to grow the HR community. There is many. Okay, Gary, okay, listens. Okay, so there's a lot of things to share. Yeah. Well, today, Lawrence Young has grown into that much. Yeah. At the back is all the IT stuff. Cool. Okay. And SpaceX. Actually, I got from SpaceX. Oh, we can change to that. Cool. So it's trying a lot, yeah? Cool. Hashtag offsite. What is it? 29, 2018. Okay, that's those days, right? We have this. So Berjaya group have this, and there's a. So Berjaya is another group, right? Why is it that I need to hire strategies, right? Strategic organization developments, right? The sharing here shows a lot because there it's not only a internet company. the company who grow very big, right? You no longer can cope with just normal uh, Excel skill, right? Copy and paste definitely no way, but there are, right, if they are SME company that don't spend on training their staff, uh, no, their speed is always there and they can't cope with the growth of the company, they resign. Okay, some people just say simply says that I resign because I don't know how to use Excel. I don't know how to report. Now it takes so much time for me to report. Resign. Okay, then this one maybe that's better, right? So can you imagine, right? If the company grows into that size and the CEO say I want to know, or the HR director say I want to know, uh, I want to know uh, the durations, right? The durations, the years of services for each employee for this month, for next month, for last year, this year, using the same method, right, will give the HR assistant, right, internship a headache, right, using the same method. But if you learn Power BI, right, is you just use a new tools, right? Your speed of processing will be 100 times faster, 100 times faster, and you only do one time, one click is all you need to do. Yeah, you spend some time to set up it, and that's all. After that, you just right click and there, right? Let's get started. So Power BI is the hero for all this MMC, SME that grow, has an ambition to grow 10 times faster, right? Internet companies, you need Power BI, you need Excel VBA. Now that is why you need to learn. And if you have as a blue ocean strategies, right? If you know the why, you know how to do it. Figure the why, you know why. Yeah. So signing off. Thank you for watching. Stay resilient. God bless you. Jesus love you.